the fact that your ex did something to you doesn't mean that the next person is going to do the same thing. So hi,
Hello,
welcome once again to another episode of H.E.R podcast. My name is Onye.
and I'm Victoria. And since we are still in the month of February, we are going to be talking about something that we've all experienced or will experience.
I know the experience now.
Breakups. In the words of a philosopher, last,
Now,
like
everybody go chop breakfast. And we will not just be speaking about like relationship breakups here.
Yeah.
We're also going to be diving a little bit into friendship breakup, friendship hurts, and even situationships, right? Because that one the same pass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And if you've been with us since, if you are like our regular listener,
Since we started.
thank you so much. We love you, we appreciate you, and please continue to share and like and comment. Thank you.
Okay, so let's dive in. Okay, so let's start with romantic breakups. Why do relationships end?
Okay, I think it's due to a lot of reasons. It could be growing apart, incompatibility, trust issues, communication issues, right?
And it's not just those ones. You know, those ones are like, oh, okay, there's some
Yeah.
things that just need to change. There are also times when like you're in this relationship and it's really toxic, and you just know that you have to leave. It doesn't mean that the thing will not be painful, because I mean there's the love that was there before, but because it was just so toxic for you, there's the fighting, there's the cheating, there's the beating. At such points, you just know that this breakup has to happen, and even though it's the right thing to do, it will still hurt.
Right, so breakups can be very painful. It feels like grieving because you are mourning not just like the person leaving, you're also mourning the future that you imagine with the person,
You know
the
those
plans you made.
Have you seen those memes when you start talking to somebody after 3 days and you have already named your children?
Like you
All
already
of those
future
plans.
getting married, having children, growing old together, traveling the world.
Guy,
You're mourning all that, so it can be really painful. Yeah.
So how do we heal from such pain? Because some people are always like, oh, it's just break up, nothing. So well,
there's something
I don't know,
serious.
there is something serious, right? And I feel like you should just give yourself the space to grieve this relationship, right? This person meant a lot to you at some point. So just give yourself space. Like if you want to cry, you can cry, right? Just give yourself the time and that space to grieve like your relationship. But don't take it too far, please.
Like those ones that poison themselves, drink sniper
Because somebody left you.
like it will feel so painful at that moment,
it's
right?
painful,
So
but it's not the end of the world,
exactly,
right? Yeah, cry and everything, but prepare to
give yourself
move on. Just prepare to move on.
And I think another thing you should do is to cut off every unhealthy contact with that person. Like if you need to block, or if you need to delete numbers, if you need to unfollow on social media, because it does not make sense that you've broken up with someone, you put no more together, and you're still monitoring the person. Like you're still checking up on social media if the person is what the person is posting, or some that will start doing like this secret who have moved on first. You post pictures and you
like
smiling.
a secret competition. Whose ex is better? Whose new boyfriend is better?
Or the first person to move on. Some people they will just like start snapping pictures and be smiling. Their heart is shattered. There is so much pain, but they'll snap picture and smile and post on social media. So you think that they moved on.
Posting motivational.
So I think you should give yourself the time, like cut off from everything that reminds you of that person. And especially during the period when you need to heal. Then later if you want to. Like, so that is what me I do personally. Like once we break up, I just delete your number, block you, unfollow you and everything. Then after some months, when I feel a lot better, right?
You might still
yes, I might just decide to. I'm not like I'm talking to you again, or I'll just maybe unblock you, right? So you can still talk to me later.
Say hi,
or say hi.
It's not be that formal.
Exactly. So I wait till I have actually like gone through the whole grieving process, as I said, cried and everything. Then before I start unblocking and any of those stuff, yeah.
Breakups. So another way is by journaling, right? Write out all those thoughts, how you feel. Writing things out always helps. Actually, when you just write out, it helps you pour out your emotions, maybe make it understandable to even you, because when it's all pent up in your heart, you don't really understand, you have not really given expression to how you feel. But when you write it down, you pray, you're speaking it out to God, you're telling God how you feel. It just, there's this way it lightens up your heart and you can feel better.
Okay, and I think another thing you should do is to lean on your friends and your community, right? So we talked about those ones that used to go and drink sniper, right? So, but if you surround yourself with your friends,
it will not get
to that extent. You will not have to like be alone. It's when you are alone thinking about it and all, before you know, you decide that this world is not my own. This world is not my own.
I am just passing through. I
guess so. Basically, just surround yourself with your friends, with your community, right?
Family, people that love you,
people that love
and
you,
care about you.
They'll be checking up on you. Do you get? And try to maybe do some after the period of crying. Try to do some other things that you love, right? Maybe go out with some of your friends, eat. Just keep yourself busy, do work and everything, right? So I think those are some of the ways you can use to at least cope and heal. Cope, and with time, always give things time. Don't think that maybe in 2 weeks. Give it the time it needs, right? And most times, depending on the
kind of relationship,
how long and what caused the breakup. Do you get? Like if it's a betrayal, it might really take longer, right, for you to.
You might even have like trust issues. So just allow yourself to heal from all of those trauma and everything. If it's somebody that just left you and then now you no longer trust guys or ladies, as the case may be, just give yourself, instead of start. Sometimes when people now have like issues with their previous relationship, then when they now enter in they'll now start projecting. Everybody is not the same, right? The fact that your ex did something to you doesn't mean that the next person is going to do the same thing. So just give yourself time to go through everything, process whatever you need to process, and then move on from it and like start over on a clean slate, instead of having to pour out frustration on people's children. Do you have any personal experience?
Ichoko, the streets are evil.
Thank the Lord that you're out of the streets.
Oh my God, so I'll just share one out of the other ones that I have. So in this relationship, everything was fine and good. Like everything was good. Like, and that is like the most painful, because the difference is when someone is acting up, when someone is misbehaving. When the person is misbehaving and people break up, you'll be like, okay, the person is even misbehaving. Even you yourself, little by little, you start detaching when you see that. But this one is when the person is doing everything right, calling you every day, morning and night, taking you to all the most expensive restaurants in Lagos. And like the father, we talked on that morning, the morning of the breakup. He was even the one that called me. Like our normal talk time, called me to know how I was doing and everything. I said fine. I was in church, I know. And then in the afternoon, I called him. He didn't pick, and then later he sent me a message that he's on the road. I was like, you not tell me you were going anywhere today. I know. He was like, that he's going to call me back later. 9th, reach. And now I called again. It wasn't like, that there's something he wants to tell me. I was like, what do you want to tell me? He said he wants to have a meeting with somebody. After the meeting, he'll call me. And me, restless. I was restless, waiting for the next. What was it thing? And then, boom. Hey, God, boom. Like, blah 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 blah. That is how this person broke up. I was like, there's nothing prior, like
you're not
there was
expecting.
Exactly, there was nothing prior that he has done or have done, and he didn't tell me it's something I did. You get that will make me be anticipating breakup.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing to make me. So it was so sudden to me. So it was very hurtful. And that night itself, I don't know if I slept or not. The next morning, right, was his birthday, and I had already gotten a gift for him for his birthday.
Yeah.
Right. I said I'm still going to give him his gift now. So I told him to send me his address. Right, and I sent the gifts to him, and I called my friend, right, that was a guy, because I needed to understand what was happening. I called my friend that was a guy, and I explained everything. He said, "Oh, you don't know." He said, "You don't know." I know. And what did I do? The next day, I blocked. I blocked because I cannot come and be begging man. I don't used to beg man.
I cannot relate to it. Like saying that we did break up.
I cannot like beg man. So if you decide that you don't want a relationship again, I'm not going to beg you to see the reasons why you should be with me. Once you feel like you don't want to be with me anymore, right? So it does not matter how sudden it was or how it was a very healthy relationship. We didn't have quarrel. Like it was just
everything was fine.
Okay, do you get? So it was just so sudden, and what I did was I just blocked him. And when I blocked him, I just focused on my work. Work, not save vecino. I just focused on my work, and after some months, I was able to move on. Right, although there was still this part of me that was thinking, I wanted to know why.
Like closure. Like
yes, why did you just wake up one morning and break up with me? But I didn't immediately start trying to do that, because I knew his address. I would have gone to his house, and I feel like if I had gone to his house, we would have been back together. Because there was no solid reason. Because later, about like a year plus later, when I unblocked him, the day I unblocked him, and he saw my status, I was like, hey, finally unblocked. And then one of the days I asked him, and he was like, the thing is that he was not ready for marriage. And he saw that I was talking, like there was a time I brought up the whole topic of when he does not know when he will be ready, if he even wants to marry. Do you get? So he decided that he should just let me go on early.
So
before so I will not be with him for a long so then I was like, why didn't you just say it? That is the reason, rather than coming to tell me that
without any reason.
Just woke up when you told me, said that you feel like we should just end the relationship, you don't want to. It was like that he does not know if he likes me that way. That was like the reason that it's him. He does not know if, but now he's not coming later to tell me that it's because of marriage, and that he actually felt like calling me the very next day to say, is a liar, please let's come back together. But I don't block out. Okay. So it was, well, you see the way I waited to make sure that me had him. And if he was going to bring anything to say, nothing, I didn't feel anything again. So I'm not even going to go back to that relationship. Okay, so that was one of the ways I actually coped and was able to like pass through that phase. Yeah.
Me, I don't know, most of the breakups, they break up. So I don't have any heartbreak story to share. But when I notice red flags, like sometimes I try to communicate that if it's something negotiable, I try to communicate and then break up. But if it's not, I could just say, please, I can't do this anymore. Yeah, and it's not as if it will even hurt me. It hurts me
exactly.
Too.
That's exactly what I wanted to say, because this one I shared is like the one that they broke up with me. Every other one I really want to break up, but it was still very hurtful.
It will still hurt you, so you still have to like take some time to like grieve the whole thing and then get ready to move on with your life. Okay, so enough of relationships. What about friendship breakup? Because breakups is not just about love, people that are in love, that are dating. It can also happen with friendships, and sometimes it could happen for several reasons, right? Maybe you guys are no longer reciprocating the same energy that you used to give each other, or you guys just grew apart. and that it can hurt. I feel like it's even as painful.
Yeah, sometimes
as
it's even more because sometimes when you go into relationship, you have
friendships.
No relationship.
Okay.
You might have the mindset that it might work, it might not work. You get? I might marry this person, I might not marry this person. But friendship, you are not going with that mind of this friendship will end. You get? You are going with this is my friend and this is, you have that permanent, like this is going to be permanent, right? And then all of a sudden one thing or the other happens and people are no longer together. The worst is when you are betrayed by a friend. Again, as in sometimes it can be that people grew apart. Like for example, in some of the friends you had in secondary school, you went you might have gone to different universities and met new people, and then that is how people grew apart. But then there can be other cases of maybe someone being betrayed or not putting in
the same energy. Like especially when you are the person that is giving energy, you are trying to reach out, you're trying to communicate, and then the person is just low, what they call it, low energy, low maintenance friend. Low maintenance friend. I don't really call, I don't really text. Just put in some work. It's not that easy. We're adults. To be honest, it's not that easy talking to people all the time or trying to reach out to people. But when you notice that people are putting out that effort to reach out to you, just reciprocate, because it's not easy for the person that's trying to reach out to you. And if you're not reciprocating, you're just giving the person the impression that they don't really matter, and it's going to like be really painful. So when the person now decides to cut you off on 31st December, you will not be like you now be like
they'll not be posting me. I just feel something. They don't cut me off.
It's all fun and games, but if you have a good friend, why are you letting go of them? Right? Why are you letting go of them instead of putting in the energy and the efforts that you need to keep the friendship alive? Just do everything you can to maintain your friendship. Do you have any experience of like a friendship hurts?
Well, I wouldn't really say hurts. I would not say break up, but we are no longer as close as we used to be, right? And it's kind of painful thinking about it now, because it's someone I liked really as a friend. So it was my friend and we're close. He's also a software engineer. We talk to each other and all, and there was a time he was like, he wants me to be his accountability partner, right? And we started having calls like every week we know our goals and to see how our goals will the achievement, what we've achieved for that week, right? So like we were doing that, like we were talking almost every time. We even went out sometimes but later I started noticing that it was drawing apart, right? And well, I will not blame him. It turned out that his babe
I get it.
His babe was not comfortable with him. And then me too, my babe was not comfortable. It's like, why are you having a guy as a bestie or as an accountability partner that people are that close, right? So I had to like respect that. I respected my own babe, and him too respected his own babe. And now I've not even heard from him this year.
Wow.
We don't even, like, I don't know anything happening in his life again. He does not know anything happening in my life again. Like, we've just grown so apart. Like, and sometimes I crave that friendship we once had. Like, I feel like, where is this guy now? What's happening? You get like, and I don't know. It's just a friendship hurt, but it was meant to happen, right? I don't blame anybody. I don't blame him. I don't blame me. I don't blame our babes.
The friendship hurt I had was I had this really close friend when I was in school, and I think we were staying in the same room. Then later on, like, changed rooms. And then, like, we just go apart. You know that moment, there's the way your friendship is going to be when you guys are always together. So when you separate, it will not be as before. But then, I now heard from someone else, I don't know if it really happened, but the person was close to her as well. The person was like, that they're saying that I'm forming for them. I'm like, okay. So that's the reason why they're not hanging out with me again. And I was really trying to like make things work. Like anytime I really have time, I'll show up, only for me to now hear the thing pay me, sha.
Phone in why and how, like how.
I'm like, oh, okay, if that's the case, then let's all go our separate ways, because I don't. Well, it hurts, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So how do you heal from friendship breakups? Well, first, accept that not all friendships are meant to last forever, even though that was not the plan. But
yes,
things happen.
Yeah, and then forgiveness is key, right? Especially for people that it was betrayal.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe your friend gossiped about you or said something that was really hurtful to you, or even took your man. I just thank God. I was just even saying the other time that I've never been in a situation where, or been in a group of friends where we are taking each other's man. Like you are behind the person's back, you are following the person's husband or the person's boyfriend. I've never been in that circle of friends, but I know that some people have actually been victims of that, where they are like their friend really betrayed them, maybe slept with their boyfriend or girlfriend or their father. I've read situations like that. So if it's a betrayal, right, please forgive, right? Forgiveness is key. You mustn't be friends with that person anymore, right?
But just don't keep the
resentment in your heart. Find peace, right? And forgive.
Yeah, also like be open to new friendships, right? Because the fact that somebody hurts you doesn't mean that everybody is that way, right? Be open, that make room in your heart. Don't start having trust issues because of what someone else did to you. Just open your heart, keep it open for better people, and also be more discerning, because the fact that like giving everybody the benefit of doubt, it doesn't mean that people are wicked. So also be discerning, right? In the bid to get new friends, also be discerning.
People that have the same values
as you do. Exactly.
Right. So I feel like the reason why I don't have friends that take other people's boyfriend or my boyfriend is because me too. I have the values. I don't take other people's boyfriend. So the people in my circle are people that have that value also. Do you get? So basically, so if you are always in maybe having friendship betrayals, and check yourself, check your own values, because it might be that you are attracting what you are.
Very true.
You get? So now let's talk about situationship. So we are talking, but we are not really dating.
Those kind of things, they're so painful because there is no official breakup, because I mean we are not dating, right? This person. You guys are still in the what are we phase. Like nothing is defined yet. So when it ends, it's really painful.
It's really painful because like you don't have any ground. Like you will not say, hey, this person broke up with me,
because he didn't break up with you.
People just stop talking to each other. Oh my God.
In your heart, in your mind, you have already planned your future wedding. Especially when you like the person. And most times these situationships they usually break. Sometimes like maybe you guys are even like having a fling or whatever. Now you guys now broke up, or you cannot call it break up, and now separated because one person now started like catching extra feelings, and then the person cannot cope with the whole feeling. It was like, no, that's not what we agreed on. Let's go separate. It's so painful. This can be so painful. One thing I've learned is that lack of clarity will just lead to more heartbreak, right? So better just ask that question early, before you before you cry, right? So
basically, so like how do we move on from this whole situationship heartbreak and all? I think one thing to do is to acknowledge your feelings, right? Don't downplay your feelings just because it wasn't official. Yes, it wasn't official. You will not officially say you were dating, but you had feelings. This was somebody you were talking to, maybe even every day, right? And you might even have planned future with the person, even if people have not officially, right? So just acknowledge that feeling and acknowledge the feeling and give yourself the same time you would give yourself if you were in a real relationship, right? So if you were in a relationship, that time you take to like heal give yourself that time also.
Also, don't blame yourself for this thing. Don't start looking at yourself that, oh, what is wrong with me? Why did this person not want you? The problem most likely was not you. It was probably just the person's lack of commitment to that relationship. So just give yourself time, like she said. Go through the feelings and everything, and then come back better and stronger.
So another thing I would say is learn from this, and in your other
next
one, seek clarity early on. Right? I know they said don't be saying what are we. Please say what are we. Say what are we. Exactly. Don't assume anything, and don't wait till it's like stringing for so long. You get when you now get to the point where you are not like you can't easily just detach, right? So early on in the relationship, seek clarity. What are we doing? Where are we going? What is your thoughts concerning this? What do you want from this relationship? Is it something that will lead to marriage, or is just something you want for the time? Do you get? So let everybody know what they are doing. Let everybody know what is in it for them. And be on the same place. So in case you tell someone that, okay, what do you want? And the person say, oh, I just want to have fun. And what you want is marriage. At the beginning, you cut it off and you move on, because this is not for you. Not that you wait till when it's already.
You not say I'm convincing. If you are trying to convince somebody, I pity you. The shege that you see, I will not be there to help you.
Don't wait till when you now have feelings and all. So really seek clarity early on. I think that is one of the things that's going to help you.
Let's see how it goes.
No. But please don't do that. Let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes.
Go with the flow.
I'll be river. I beg.
Oh God, please. So I think those are some of the ways that we can heal from situationships. Try not to enter situationship. Thank you.
Also, from a faith perspective, right? Don't look at every breakup as a loss, right? It might just be God protecting you from something. You might not understand it in the moment when it's hurting and everything, but by the time in the future, when you are in your new relationship, when you look back and you now say, thank God I was removed from that
I've had a lot of situations like that. I'll be like, wow, thank God this relationship did not work. Something like that. I'll be so happy.
So sometimes it was just God's plan. It was just God redirecting you.
Yes, especially like we know in Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11, it says, for I know the plans I have for you, saith the Lord, plans of good and not of evil, to give you a future, a hope and a future. So yes, let's trust in God's plan for us.
And there's this popular saying that if it's not good, it's not the end yet, right? So just keep hoping. You might not be at the point where you want to be in your relationship wise, but just keep hoping for the best. Like the best is yet to come.
So instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Instead ask, what is this teaching me? Right? So you can get every lesson you can get to better prepare yourself for the next relationship or for the one that God has prepared for you.
Very true. Okay, so to wrap up, we hope that you enjoyed this episode as much as we did. And you know the drill. If you're just joining us, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Also share breakup experiences that you must have experienced in the past, friendship breakups, situationships, and if you learned something from this episode, also share in the comment section. And
we know that breakups are painful, but please don't allow it don't lose yourself
because of
breakup. Don't kill yourself because of breakup, and just know that God is preparing the best for you. Right. Thank you so much. And to our regular subscribers, regular commenters, we thank you. We see your comments, we see your likes and your shares. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Till we see you in the next episode. Bye.